SugarCity Morning Show.
Good morning and welcome to today's edition of the Sugar City Morning Show. For today, the 9th of December, it's exactly 3 minutes after 7 o'clock. Muy buenos días todos y bienvenidos a esta edición del Sugar City Morning Show en vivo y en directo desde Nortevisión, Canal 10, aquí en la avenida San Lorenzo en Orange Walk. Hoy es el 9 de diciembre, 14 más 2 días son 16, puede decir 2 semanas antes de la Navidad. Recuerdo que en el mes de septiembre, cuando empecé el conteo, todos estaban diciendo, bueno, está loco, entre contando los días. Pero yo estoy seguro de que te recuerdas de que el tiempo ha volado rápidamente y que al final del día ahora está metido el tiempo y no has terminado lo que has hecho. Ojalá y que sí que haya sido que lo hayas terminado, pero por lo general no resulta así. Bueno, el tiempo vuela y no espera a nadie, pues esa es la razón por qué anticipadamente empiezo a hacer el conteo para que todos se pongan al día de cuántos días faltan. Bueno, un gran gusto que estén con nuestra compañía. Muchas gracias, se lo agradecemos fuertemente. Y como dije, estamos en vivo y en directo desde Nortevisión, Canal 10, aquí en la avenida San Lorenzo, y estamos transmitiendo por cable, que permite que envíe saludos a Corozal, aquí en Orange Walk. Muy buenos días a la ciudad de Belice, Belmopan, Santa Elena, San Ignacio, Benqueviejo, San José Socots, muy buenos días. También Dangriga, Punta Gorda y nuestros amigos en San Pedro. Good morning, muy buenos días. Un gran gusto saludar a toda nuestra gente del norte viviendo en San Pedro y también a la gente de San Pedro y demás lugares. Muy buenos días, good morning. Un gran gusto saludarles. Y también estamos transmitiendo por aire, como dicen en ciertas partes de la Ciudad de México, por aire. Y, y es un servicio especial, un servicio gratuito de parte de los dueños y de la gerencia de este lugar para la gente que vive en el norte del país. Completamente gratis, no se cobra ningún dólar. Es a través de los patrocinadores que aportan dinero para que se pueda mantener en vivo esta transmisión. También estamos por Facebook, en la página de Facebook de el Sugar City Morning Show. Muy buenos días a todos que nos ven a través de ese medio. Como siempre, compañeros, es comienzo de otro día, comienzo de otra semana. Ya se va acercando, como dije, la Navidad y es tiempo de empezar a hacer limpieza, no de las paredes, tampoco del patio, aunque eso también es importante, pero hacer una limpieza interna. Y por eso te pido que te unas conmigo a decir, Padre, muchas gracias por tus bendiciones, por la vida, por la salud, las fuerzas. Ante todo te doy las gracias por todo lo que haces por nosotros, por el bienestar, por tu perdón, por tu gracia. Muchas gracias, Padre, por todo esto. Solo tú en tu eterna sabiduría sabes por qué suceden las cosas. A nosotros nos toca aceptar. Eso he aprendido. Aceptarlo. Aunque nos cueste, pero tenemos que aceptar. Porque hacer las 1001 preguntas no nos lleva a nada. Padre, permítanos hoy empezar a prepararnos espiritualmente para la llegada de Jesucristo en nuestras vidas. Enviaste a tu Hijo, Padre, para enseñarnos cómo vivir, para enseñarnos de que puede uno vivir sin tener que pecar. Lo has enviado, Padre, para redimirnos. Te pido, Padre, que nosotros en torno podamos estar conscientes de todo esto. Y no solo estar conscientes, pero empezar a ser agradecidos por todo esto. Y decir, Padre, muchas gracias. Hoy tomo el ejemplo de Jesucristo para poder seguir adelante. Hoy prometo ser una mejor persona que ayer y mañana mejor que hoy. ¿Y cómo ser una mejor persona? Ser menos egoísta, pero ser más humilde. Yo creo, Padre, que el egoísmo es el peor problema que puede suceder en este mundo. Cuando el hombre piensa que él es Dios también y que Él es capaz de todo y que no necesita ayuda de nadie, rápidamente se da cuenta que eso no es cierto. Porque cuando tan pronto le sucede algo, dice, oh Dios mío, ayúdame. Hoy, Padre, te pido que todos podamos ser más humildes, más creyentes, formulando nuestra fe en tal forma que siempre estamos agradecidos y siempre pendientes, Padre, de lo que tú necesitas de nosotros. Padre, como siempre te pido por los ancianos, siempre te pido por los niños desamparados, por los enfermos y por toda la gente que necesita de ayuda. Hoy te pido por ellos. Como siempre, Padre, también te pido por todos nosotros, que tengamos un exitoso día y una exitosa semana. Padre, te bendecimos, te adoramos y te glorificamos siempre. Amén. Gracias por unirse conmigo, muchas gracias. Tengo que saludar a este momento. I'd like to say good morning to Miss Mirna Osher, who every day sends us a note saying, good morning, have a beautiful and happy Monday. And on Tuesday, she sends us something similar, have a happy Tuesday. In other words, always that little special something saying, have a wonderful day. Thank you, Mirna. Thank you for being so thoughtful of others. Muchas gracias, te lo agradecemos fuertemente. We go to the general weather forecast for today, Monday, 9th of December. And if you are celebrating your birthday today, I'd like to say happy birthday. If you're celebrating your anniversary, congratulations, muchas felicidades a todos que tengan una razón para tener una pachanga hoy. Muchas felicidades. Fair and mild weather conditions persist over the area. The 24-hour forecast, sunny skies today and clear to partly cloudy skies tonight. Little or no rainfall is expected. The winds blowing from the east, southeast, 5 to 15 knots. The sea state light chop to choppy. Temperatures on the coast, 84 as a high, 78 as a low. Inland, 88 as a high, 68 as a low. And the hills, 76 as a high and 64 as a low. Notice that even though the winds are blowing from the east-southeast, we still have pretty cool weather. Typically, that is not the case. Typically, it would be that the winds are blowing from the north, northeast, or northwest for us to have 64-degree temperatures. But it's one of those very rare occurrences. The advisories, there are none. There are nada, zero. We're officially out of the hurricane season. The outlook for tomorrow, Tuesday and Tuesday night, is for similar fair weather to prevail with the chance of a few showers occurring over southern areas Tuesday night. A high tide occurs this morning at 8:32, a low tide at 1:59 this afternoon, a second high tide at 7:57 tonight, and a second low tide tomorrow morning at 3:05. The sun rose this morning at 11 minutes after 6, and the sun is setting at 5:18, 18 minutes after 5. The moon is also rising this afternoon at 25 minutes before 4, and the moon is setting at 4:38 tomorrow morning. That's in the wee hours of the morning. Thank you, forecaster Angelia Guy for that information. Muy buenos días. Aquí les va el reporte del estado del tiempo para hoy, lunes 9 de diciembre, y hoy no hay lluvia. Hoy tenemos buen tiempo. Buen tiempo si es que vamos a tener cielos soleados, despejados. Hoy por la noche completamente despejado por momentos y parcialmente nublado, perdón, por momentos, pero no se espera nada de lluvia. Y si cae lluvia, además un chubasquito, pero no se espera. Los vientos del este-sudeste, 5 a 15 nudos. El estado del mar ligeramente agitado. Temperaturas por la costa, 84 como una máxima, 78 como una mínima por la costa. Y en el interior del país, 88 como una máxima y 68 como una mínima. Estos días el sol ha estado súper caliente, es directo. No sé por qué razón, pero cuando fue el jueves o viernes cuando salí, y no sé es porque estamos aquí metidos en aire acondicionado, pero cuando uno sale tan de repente siente el calor, pero lo sentí extrañamente fuerte es la semana pasada. Y yo creo que me da la impresión de que tenemos posiblemente un fenómeno que se llama, no recuerdo muy bien cómo se llama, radiational heating, pero provoca sentir más calor. Por las colinas, 76 como una máxima y 64 como una mínima. No hay advertencia, pues gracias a Dios estamos fuera de la temporada de huracanes. ¿Qué se espera para mañana martes y martes por la noche? Continuamos con las mismas condiciones. Mañana con la posibilidad de un chubasco u otro ocurriendo más que nada sobre el sur por la noche. El sol salió hoy a las 6:11, el sol se oculta a las 5:18 y la luna también sale a las 3:35 y se oculta a las 4:38 de la mañana, de la madrugada. Muchas gracias, Angelia Guy. También muchas gracias a nuestros patrocinadores que fielmente nos apoyan con sus contribuciones de anuncio. German Vega Sons, Vega Imports, Vega Distributors, también Jelly's Meat Shop, A&R Stores, también Government of Belize Information Service, Belize Tourist Board, y eso es. Vamos rápidamente a una pausa. Son las 7:16 y estaremos de vuelta con ustedes luego de estos anuncios. Pero no se vayan.
World-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multi-purpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
Girl, that's about time you reach my house.
Girl, you know how things go. I busy with everything. But how are you?
Since my son got married the girl far down the road, I left here with this whole addition to this house. And I don't know where I'm going to do with it. But I think I want to rent it out for tourists stay.
Girl, that what you to do? You to sit on park gold mine. If you want to use it for Airbnb, first thing you have to do, the register with BTB. So call me 227-2420 and ask them how to register. After that, everybody had to call you for rent your place. But that what you to do?
Girl, then you tell me if I call BTB?
Did you know that if you own or operate a tourist accommodation, such as a room in your home for cash purposes to any guest, local or foreign, regardless of its location in the country, or if you're registered or advertising such room or property with any booking engine or marketing platform such as Airbnb, by law, you must register with the BTB. If you fail to do so, you commit an offense punishable by fine or imprisonment. For further information or assistance, please contact the BTB at licensing@BelizeTourismBoard.org or telephone 227-2420. You can follow us on Facebook too.
Have you ever noticed the development that's taking place in your town or in your city? Maybe it's because you've been too busy enjoying the results. More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. DigiNet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, DigiNet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by DigiNet. DigiNet Boost, now available countrywide.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
The soup not got no taste. I can't even feed it to my dog. It needs no salt. I don't have no salt. I don't have no money. I wonder when this man I get paid. John! I hope you know that down the street they played no bad picnic.
Mom, you know what? I just came from Miss Mary's house and she said she was renting her extra room on air something.
It's Airbnb, John. Didn't you listen to the BTB? Did you know it ad last week on television?
Okay, Mom, Airbnb. But still, we have an extra room and we could rent for extra cash for my new school books.
That's a good idea, John. We'd have to first register it with the BTB. But I don't have time for that right now. I need salt.
But babe, you know something? John is right, you know, we need money, but we need to get it the correct way, so we need to register the room. I wish I know about this before. Let's go, son. Let's go register the room one time at BTV.
But I need some salt. John! 2 of a kind.
Did you know that if you own or operate a tourist accommodation, such as a room in your home for cash purposes to any guest, local or foreign, regardless of its location in the country, or if you're registered or advertising such room or property with any booking engine or marketing platform such as Airbnb, by law, you must register with the BTB. If you fail to do so, you commit an offense punishable by fine or imprisonment. For further information or assistance, please contact the BTB at licensing@BelizeTourismBoard.org or telephone 227-2420. You can follow us on Facebook too.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 24 minutes after 7 o'clock. A beautiful Monday morning here in Orange Walk. I trust that it's just as beautiful wherever you are. Please join me at this moment in saying good morning and welcome to our good friend, as always, Mr. Robert Checky Usher. Good morning, Mr. Robert Checky Usher. ¿Cómo estás? How are you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Martinez. I'm okay, and good morning to all our viewers. Welcome to the Sugar City Morning Show today, the 9th day of December 2019. I was out early this morning, Mr. Martinez. I went to buy some chicken, you know. I went to buy some chicken to get prepared for Josh's birthday. Josh's birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, Josh's birthday is tomorrow,
He
okay.
requested some big chicken. But I went to Servant. It's not Servant, to buy...
Leah?
Yeah, I went to Leah this morning. They usually open around 5:15. So I got here this morning. I got
You mean you don't have 5 o'clock in the morning?
Of course, man. I always when I get up. Man. When I get up so early in the morning, I prepare my music for the radio. You know, I do everything from home. Cause you know, like the internet is there to do good things, positive things. So I prepare.
So you can, from home, you can control what is being aired on the radio?
I can transmit as well from home.
You can transmit as well.
Yeah. So I set up my program for 6:30. Cause 6:30 I usually comes on live, but I get everything set up. So when I'm on at 6:30, then everything is live now. But I went to buy the chicken this morning, so I had this thing over my head, and then, you know, I walk in the shop and the guy was looking at me, tell him, I'm not a robber.
Parecía maleante.
I'm not gonna rob. But the tongue was busy this morning. A lot of people waking up bright and early. I see some folks.
Did you get your chicken?
I get me chicken, yes.
Okay.
I got some people. See some people that jog the buses that they come just because some of the buses when they reach by the red light, they buy cheetahs there and nobody they come and still run through the red light. Then take them time and run through. But if you take your time,
shouldn't there be a time, at least as in other cities, where it stops functioning green, yellow, red, green, yellow, but just goes yellow, yellow, amber. Is there a time? Is it programmed that way?
Well, the one by fire station.
Programmed that way.
Yeah.
But the one by cheetahs, no.
No. I don't know if you can't take the program or if there is a reason why it hasn't been done.
But generally, this is, if you do one, you do everybody. You do all of them.
Yeah, I not know if they are sync, you know. Yeah.
Because I know that in Merida, when after, I think it's after 12 or so, you don't necessarily have to stop but there's no green.
Yeah.
There's no red either. It's just the yellow ones saying don't go fast, because at that hour you don't have that much traffic.
Con precaución. Somebody say good morning, guy. The Corozal B was live this weekend. What? Corozal B, good morning. Last night there was a big pageant last night. Miss Belize appeared on the stage after Miss Universe. But third place was our neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Our neighbor on this side.
Mexico.
Yes.
And second place was?
Second place was Puerto Rico.
And first place was?
Strangely, South Africa.
Well, not strangely, they have done it before.
Oh, they won already?
Oh, as far as I know, South Africa has. And I imagine it's a green-eyed blonde.
Yeah. 90 delegates.
Mm-hmm.
90 delegates from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, was in that pageant. It was nice. It was well entertaining. Steve was the MC once again. But
No, but he didn't goof up like
no,
the
he said
last.
the teleprompter and mess up about the last time.
I didn't watch it. I was watching Science on National Geographic or Animal Planet or something like that because I didn't watch any of the, what is it called?
I saw it on Jules channel 7. So thanks, Jules.
I not even watched that.
But,
yesterday, generally Domingos, I only, after I went home after supper, I think it was like 7:30, I went back home. Oh, I was watching Oxygen. That's a channel.
Yeah, I know.
And I think the movie it's rather interesting. New Orleans criminal activity with NCIS and the mayor's involvement in some corruption, and it turns out that this man was pretty much is in the NCIS, but he. Obviously, you can't go up against the mayor just like that quick, So he found a lot of resistance, especially when the mayor decides to have concerts within the police department. So, it's NCIS against police. NCIS is National Crime Investigation Unit against police, which is rather interesting, rather interesting. Programming, so I watched that till about maybe 9 or so.
I was listening to a Mexican commentator yesterday talking about Christmas, but his topic was about the music, the Christmas carols, the Christmas melodies, Christmas song, and he was saying that one of the most popular Christmas song in the entire world is Silent Night.
That's exactly right.
Serious? I think that song was written like 2,000 years ago or something like that.
No, not that far ago.
200 years ago.
Maybe 200 years ago.
Yeah, I never really understand Spanish, but Silent Night is the most popular Christmas song around the world. Why, Pa?
I don't know. It's just, I guess, because of the tune. But you struck a note because, you see, generally, my liking in music was influenced very, very strongly to one person who was Mr. Charles Emmond.
Chuck.
I was a member of the Orange Walk Choir for many, many years. And I was privileged to be a member of the Orange Walk Choir. And also to be a fan of his music, because Chuck used to play, during the Advent season, he used to play beautiful Christmas carols.
You played at the church too, no?
At the church. Yeah. And also he used to teach us beautiful Christmas songs and carols. Because not all Christmas songs are carols.
Yeah.
It turns out that Chuck was one of those ardent lovers of medieval Christmas music between the 1600s, 1700s, 1700s even, with songs like "What Child Is This?", "Lule Lule," blah 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 blah, and so forth. And he used to bring them in. O Come, O Come, Emmanuel. Those songs, and especially the last one, was reminiscent of the cry of the Israelites, and they've been written a long time ago. I love just by the way you It's not like jingle bells, jingle all. No, nothing like that. It's very, even the music even the instruments that are used to accompany are all either banjos or guitars that were used. I don't know the names of the instruments that used to be used a long time ago that give you a particularly different sound than
More or less
today's.
like the symphonic song.
Something, but What Child Is This is a beautiful song, and I think the other name is Yule Lule and so forth, and those are medieval songs, like I said, but we don't hear them that much.
True, yeah.
But songs like Silent Night and is beautiful. Maybe I guess that's one of the reasons why it's the most popular song in Christmas song. But I would have thought that it's Oh Holy Night.
Well, this person was saying that he did that research and Silent Night came up as the most popular one in the world. Oh Holy Night is strong as well, you know.
Mm-hmm. Especially because well, I like when Celine Dion sings it.
I like the version. I used to listen to the Mariah Carey one, but I still listen to I like a version from Martina McBride. You should listen to it. I know you would like it.
I should look it up.
Martina McBride. But we got some police news here this morning as well. On Saturday, December 7th, 2019, look at what time, pa? 3:25 a.m. Listen to this. Whilst police were conducting mobile patrol in the Pinks Alley of Belize City, their attention was drawn to a male person standing inside a yard. Upon seeking the police, he ran inside a house in the same yard. As a result, officers entered the house and conducted a search, which led to the discovery of a .357 revolver that contained 638 live rounds of ammunition. The person was identified as Travis Tyler Navarro, 25-year-old Belizean laborer of Prince Alley address. Navarro is detained pending charges of kept prohibiting firearm and kept ammunition without a license. You see what time of the morning these young men are hanging out?
3:25, that's nearly 3:30, quarter minutes to 4.
That time some people gonna sleep and then don't they wake up to go start to go work.
Yeah, that means Saturday night.
You know, and this
Friday night, so Saturday night.
Yeah. So also there is a missing person address. Kindly be on the lookout for Devon Lopez, 22-year-old Belizean unemployed at a Belize City address. Lopez was last seen on Monday, December 2nd, 2019, and up to the time of making this report, he had not been seen or heard from. Lopez is of dark brown skin complexion with afro type hair, with 6 feet in height, medium build, has a front 4 teeth with a tattoo on the right side of his forehead, tattoo of name Darlene Wilfred on his chest, tattoo named R.I.P. Kenyon on his left cleft, and a tattoo of a skull on his right hand. If any information, kindly call 911. Also, Mr. Martinez, the one that we reported last week about Densmore Bowman from Miss Mary Coleman and family. So far, nothing came up, no? Nothing. They had a religious service of hope on Saturday in Belmopan, and they're hoping that they will get closure, a positive closure. But so far, there is no leads. And that happened from...
It's difficult, you know.
Yeah, that happened from Friday. Last weekend was what date, Pat? That happened from...
That was the week, well, the weekend, today is the 9th, yesterday was the 8th, so it was been the 1st of, last Sunday was the 1st of December.
Okay, so it was the 29th. From Friday the 29th of November, he was reported missing, and so far, nothing.
How old is he?
35 years. Nothing has came up, you know. There were some videos showing that he was in Roaring Creek with some friends, about 11.
But how can a man just disappear and
no lead, no information?
No leads, no nothing? I mean, like, can it be one of those cases where well, you can't even say drowned because his body will would have already surfaced.
Yeah.
So is it one of those cases where he has just gone someplace far and nobody knows, or has he been, or is he in hideout? Well, what's going on? I don't want to say the third option because then, you won't just say, you know, put goat mouth on him, but
Yeah.
can it be that he has been?
But if you're out there and you're hearing this message or somebody know the whereabouts, at least give a little call so the family could know exactly what has happened, because these people are hurting,
Oh yes,
you know.
oh yes.
I mean,
They're
if you
hurting.
find your loved one and he's deceased, then you have feel it strongly, but at least you will reach to a closure.
I like to say this, that sometimes in our own little world, sometimes it seems that nadie nos quiere, todos nos odian. Nobody loves you, everybody hates you. But that's in your little world. So some people are so sensitive that and I have seen it, that sometimes they even react to how can I say it? It's not even true. In other words, they conjure up these fantasies of being hurt. Can you believe that? They imagine that this person hurt them, and then they begin to feel sorry for themselves. And that's rather strange. I have been privileged to be
Sometimes they feel not
with
wanted.
people who, yes, they feel not wanted, but this is going to an extreme. Like, in my mind, I create a fantasy that my family sent me or disowned me and blah blah blah, and then I begin reacting to this lie, this fantasy that I contrived, and that's, I mean, so out of touch with reality. It's not funny.
Yeah.
But and some people are sometimes even afraid or ashamed of talking about it, because it took a lot of prompting from this individual to be able to begin to accept that was what he did, what he was doing. But it turns out that he was very, very depressed, without mentioning names. He was very, very depressed, and he felt sorry for himself. And nadie me quiere, todos me odian, blah blah blah. That kind of syndrome. And he thought that it was best that he finish with his life. And you know something? He did.
He committed suicide.
Yes. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, this person, he touched with his mom, He had his family as well. And because I spoke to his mom last week, and she said that every morning his boy used to call. I said, what you want now? You want me to send money? No, man. Just say call you to tell her, okay, and I love you. I said, every morning they get one call. So sometimes I say, I know I ask you this time, but I know you need something this time. Because you know their moms are smart, right?
Oh, yes, you can't fool them.
Yeah, they know for radio. But people hope that there will be a closure very in the few days to come. And we want to say to the family, well, stay strong. We feel the hurt as well. On that note, we'll take a break.
Yes.
And we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
The ongoing technological evolution constantly transforms the way we live our lives. The introduction of our national fiber network creates the opportunity for Belizeans to live the digital lifestyle. Today, Digi is proud to introduce Dana, Belize's first artificially intelligent automated assistant. Dana is the modern customer service experience. Available 24/7, Dana can provide Digi prepaid and postpaid customers with directory information, credit and plan balances, product and promo information, and more. Just talk to Dana. Want to check your credit balance? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, what's my credit balance?
New Digi promotions? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, any new Digi promotions?
Dial 113 for directory assistance and dial 119 to talk to Dana. Digi remains committed to introducing the latest in cutting-edge technologies, transforming Belize one technology at a time. Try Dana today.
Thank you for calling Digi Customer Service.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una.
Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el...
¿Balancín? Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche France.
Someone home? Yes, someone coming. Let's go. Sa. Fastest question of the day. Why you the letter?
Who sent me the letter?
That sign right there. You can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you that do it too?
No, man, no.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the environment.
Sure, all of that? Well, now that you put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 7:43, 7:48, 12 minutes before 8 o'clock on a beautiful Monday morning here in Orange Walk. I also say good morning to our good friend, Mr. Checky Usher. Muy buenos días a todos y bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. Estamos hablando en el segmento anterior acerca de algunas noticias de carácter policíaco, es más, accidentes, etcétera. Pero me dijiste que hubo un accidente también en Corozal.
Yeah, what happened is, well, I know for I think it was Friday morning, they had an aircraft drop.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
Yes.
I know that.
In San Victor area. San Victor, I also remember, Chanchen.
Chanchen, that's an old road.
Yeah, that's the old road.
The road that goes to the boundary.
Yeah, one plane will drop into that area there sometime Friday, no? But then over the weekend, there was a big accident in Corozal as well. One of the vehicles looked like it completely damaged. I understand the persons survived. And then the PG, they had an next traffic accident. Then around the area by between Stan Creek and the Placencia area, they had a hit and run one. They knocked down an elder person. The person was so damaged, I understand when the eye was coming out, brains were coming out, and the person didn't stop. Just gone through. Left the man right there so to continue dying, and they just gone through. I don't know if fright get into them that they never stop, because if you the ride or you the drive and you knock down somebody, you have to feel that impact. You have to feel that impact. So why will you run away? You're drunk, you don't have a license, you get afraid, but you need to have a conscience as well. Why will you just leave someone there to die? What if you could have stopped and you could have saved that person's life? Face the law. It's not only persons that don't have driver's license, they're driving up, and they have some persons that have driver's license when they drive careless, and too much drinking and driving, too much destruction from persons when they're driving with those cell phones. Sometimes they drive with friends in and they run joke and they watch when they're going up a high speed, and by the time they see somebody crossing the road or their vehicle might be going across the road.
I'm going to tell you a story. My brother Fred was alive then, and that was when we had the business at the Free Zone. Eduardo Martinez and Sons at the Free Zone. And Fred used to take care of it, and so he used to go every day. There was a time, I think it was in 19, and not, it was like 2000 or so. And one day, I think it was a Sunday or a Saturday, I don't remember too well, but he went along with the other person who was working there. And then when he came home that day, in 1998, it don't matter. He came home that day. The first thing he did was called for my mother, and said, "Mama, atropellé una niña. I hit a girl." And my mother became quite worried. He says, and Fred was so emotional that he started crying because he had never ever hit anybody yet in his life. But he had stopped, and he had rendered help to the person and promised the family that whatever she needed, the girl needed, he would be there. I think he took they went to the hospital, they took her to the hospital. The girl, I think, was hit in the face, and she was almost blinded, but she came through. But Fred and my family made sure that that young girl got the assistance that she needed. It was not a situation where my brother was at fault.
Or running away from
But the little girl decided to cross the road at the very time by herself, a young girl, maybe 8-9 years old, and Fred was driving, coming home that evening, and the girl just got in his way. But he still stopped. He still rendered help. and he made sure that this child got everything that she needed. But the point I'm trying to tell you is he felt so terrible.
But he still stopped.
He stopped. He felt terrible that he had actually hit somebody. And he felt for the family, he felt for the little girl, what he had done, because he didn't want to do it, but he saw the little girl in blood and everything, and how, they had to be lifted off the road, and he just cried. I would have done the same. Because it's like, you're the one who's guilty. No, the person who didn't stop, who would not stop, how does he handle that emotion?
I don't know, because maybe they don't know when they knock this person, probably know what condition that person is in, but how when they see
precisely when they see on the news. So will they take on that I don't care attitude in front of people?
Or I afraid to go to police?
Mm-hmm. Because they're not going to be showing emotions if they don't want to be caught.
Yeah, true. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And okay, how you think that you might feel that you...
But how can you live with yourself, for God's sake? How can you live with yourself? Especially if you know that you hit the person, and if you would have stopped, you could have saved that person's life, but that person bled to death on the side of the road because of you. So how would you come to terms with that? How do you come to terms with that? That is somebody's father, that's somebody's mother, that's somebody's child. Just leaving them on the road like that, Christ.
Yes, man. That wrong, and if you know that you made a drink, or you were texting or talking on the phone and driving, man up yourself or woman up yourself and go to the police and report yourself.
And this is, what's important here? The voice of the witnesses. That's important here. And even though he did not stop, but hey, I managed to take down the license plate, or I managed to see who the driver is, or I managed to see the car, the brand and everything, the model, and then you can easily identify that.
But then it will be worse for you. If you never stop and then someone...
You mean for the driver?
For the driver. I'm referring to the driver. It will be worse for him if you never stop, but then somebody may identify your vehicle, and when the police they go check your vehicle, they have some kind of evidence that you hit something or someone. Mm-hmm. Then it's worse for you, because that hit and run is a charge by itself.
All by itself.
Yeah, because you could have manslaughter by negligence, driving without due care and attention. And that if you stop, but then you could have failure to stop to render assistance as well. That could be added on to your charge. But if you stop and you knock, nobody don't mean to knock down nobody, Mr. Martinez. So if that happened, that's why it's called an accident. You stop, and you man up or woman up yourself and say, man, I did wrong, but I'm here.
So in your point of view, the person who does not stop is running away from the responsibility of the damages. Yeah. So he either doesn't want that on his record, he doesn't want to confront the expense of having to take care of that person, and many times it's not that you have to take out money out of your pocket, because all you need to do is to take that person to the hospital.
The accidents do happen.
That's right.
Or maybe you're drunk.
Just afraid that at the end of the day, they find out that you are drunk and that you were driving without due care and attention, or that you have contraband in the vehicle, and so you can't go no way because they'll notice that you have stuff in there, or that you have drugs in your vehicle, or something. So no insurance or something. So you are running away from possible charges that they can put on you.
And from your carelessness, because if you don't have these,
so right,
then you're careless.
So right, so you're putting yourself above or putting yourself on top of any damage that you may have caused out there and say, that's not my business, that's none of your business. You did it, but I like to say to those persons who take this attitude that don't you ever think that life is going to just pardon you. I don't like to use the word that God is going to punish you, because God, in my mind, is a loving God. But be it as it may, a lot of us like to think of it as karma, or just paying the invoices, or whatever. But you know what they say, life is and it's the same thing they say that karma is. But karma is, in other words, things that you do, you pay for it. Yeah. So don't you think that you can get away with life doing stuff like that and think that, oh, nothing but me. Oh, believe me, you will have to suffer the consequences of it sooner or later. So the best thing you can do is stop when you have an accident. Stop and render assistance. Stop and render assistance. I remember, Chucky, when I was coming from Belize City one day. No, it's another story here. And quick story. And I was driving a pretty new truck, yellow and cream one and blue one. This was in 1987, and I stopped for Mr. Mark at Merida, and we came to Orange Walk. I think it was Sharon as well, Sharon Shabazz. I'm not too sure. Anyway, it don't matter. And we stopped at, I think there was a Sunset Bar for very simply to buy some cigarettes, and 3 British soldiers came up. One of them asked me if they can get a lift to Orange Walk. So they climbed onto the back of the pickup truck. And I left, and I knew that they were there, and they were passing cigarettes to me, or whatever. I don't remember too well. But I didn't realize that 2 of them were, or one in particular, was drunk. And that's the one who decided to go sit all the way to the back of the pickup truck and foolishly decided 1 minute, and this is a big, burly 6'3" guy, huge piece of man. He decides to stand up or to at least sit on the side of the pickup truck.
Wow.
And I'm driving at 55, 60 miles per hour on the Gardenia Road. Do you know what I saw through my rearview mirror? I literally saw the man go up to the first person's face, then he went down, and next thing I know, I'm dragging the man on the highway.
Wow.
At 55 miles per hour. And next thing I know, he's rolling behind me because he has let go. But I could not stop immediately. One, there was something behind me as well, and something coming in front of me.
Plus you have passengers in your pan?
Yes. So when I managed to stop, we raced down to the man. He was a sight. He had no skin on his back. And the man was foaming in his mouth. And then the other one has the audacity to say, oh, he's fine. He said, he's only joking. And he starts poking him in the face. And I go like, are you crazy? This man is sick, is dying. So we back off the truck, like they would say, put him on, lift him up, a heavy piece of man, put him in the back of the truck, and raced down to Orange Walk with hazards on to try to take him to the hospital as quickly as possible. All sorts of things flashed through my mind.
What if this man dead?
What if this man dead? Christ, I have a catch cigarette from in the hot dog jail. First thing come to me, they were joking, you know. And I think it was, well, anyway, it was already getting dark. I think Mr. Kiros from BC was passing and he stopped by. He was the manager of BC. And he said, Emmanuel, better you run this quickly. Get to Orange Walk. It's easier to get to Orange Walk than to go back all the way to Billy City and so forth. So this was like maybe halfway down the 30-mile stretch. So I go like, okay, well, I was coming at 55. Next thing I know, the man is sitting up. And, well, not getting up, but sitting up. So that was good for me. Well, I took him straight to the hospital. When I got to the hospital, I informed, I think, I went home. After I took him to the hospital, I dropped them off there. And the man actually walked out of my pickup truck, by the way. I went home, I informed the British forces that this is what happened. I did. My mother said, no, you called British forces and you tell them what happened. So I did call them. Next thing I know, that there was an ambulance coming from British forces to pick up the 3 men. So, well, I didn't know that. I heard that afterwards. That was when I went then, I took a shower and I went then to visit at the hospital. And I was told that at first I was frightened. I almost did that to my pants, whatever it is you're thinking. And because one girl told me, Emmanuel Shabediya, then carried 3 men in a British forces in an ambulance. I looked like one of them dead. I go like, oh my God, the man dead. You know, it turns out that it was that. So I got a call from the adjutant or one of the following Monday saying, Mr. Martinez, are you the one who was driving? I said, yes. I am telling you that the person is not bad. He has been flown out to England, but he's good. He's not serious. He says, but just in case you have insurance for your vehicle. I said, yes, sir, I do, blah, 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 blah. I said, but let me tell you something. I want you to bear it in mind. This, I did not cause it. He caused it upon himself, which is a completely different thing. He said, we are aware of that. He says, we are aware that he was drunk, and the 2 other guys have attested to the fact that what you're saying is true. But let me tell you that I went through those moments of hell thinking that, you know, my God, what if this man dies on the road? On the road, what will I do? You know, I'm going to be held responsible for the man's death, and I could not bear that.
Yeah,
I couldn't handle that.
But you responded the right way.
Yes.
It's just like if when Fred got home and told your mom what happened, if Fred may tell your mom that he get frightened and never stop, then it may be a different story here.
Then it would have been a different story.
Mama, I make sure turn back right now.
Turn right back right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Take care of responsibilities. You know, so it's very sad what is happening. But before we go on a break, Pa, I was going up north the other day, Corozal side, and then I saw someone going like the Concepcion area. Somebody in front of me in a vehicle, and I see the vehicle. It goes so big day, you know. It was about around 11 o'clock in the morning. And just keep on tell Jews the man sleepy. So I try to make a pass and because it's dangerous to drive behind, and the man keep on going, and then sudden one it looked like conscious got by the next side. So I watch by the man see if he's sleepy, you know the man there? He drive and he right so. And I hear that, he don't miss and he just right so. He drive. Serious.
Wow.
Big day, you know?
Big day.
I think the person may fall asleep, but he's not in concentration. Apart from where you know the soil go, he's not in concentration. He's not focused on what he's doing. He's driving. He's focusing on that conversation.
Yes, that's a sorry thing. And the thing is that because there's no law that prohibits you from texting and driving, there is none yet. I'd like to invite lawmakers to consider including it in the laws of Belize. That if you're found to be texting and driving or using a telephone, that it constitutes an offense. I'd like to see that coming through.
We need that.
We need that because you know how many people, and this coming from people you don't expect. People who are the ones that do as I do, but do as I say, but don't do as I do. Who feel that they're above the law, who feel that you can't tell them anything, and they're the ones who were doing the same stuff.
What would happen if he was going that way and doing that, and somebody in the corner other way and doing the same thing?
Well, you know that you know the answer to that.
Yeah, and it's wrong. It's wrong. But make we go for our break, Pa.
Oh yes, let's go on a break on this exactly 9 minutes after 8 o'clock. I'd like to say happy birthday to all those persons who are celebrating their birthday. But let's go on a break at the moment.
When goods and mobile services get to their destination quickly. When citizens are able to travel without frustration and undue hurdles, everyone benefits as well. The government of Belize is happy to announce the imminent upgrades to the Carazal-Sartaneja Road. 27 miles of road will be upgraded to paved standards and will include the replacement of 2 ferries with new bridges.
Why is it that we're going to invest in Sartaneja? Why is it that we have to take $50 million to invest in an area where we do not have a political directorate? We believe that as a government, we have to provide a service to all Belizeans.
Well, this for the village of Chunosh is a big advantage both ways. Sometimes when we got sickness, we got people sick at the clinic there, women. When we reach at the ferry, can't pass 45 minutes have to wait. So now this road will benefit whole village, Chunosh, Sartaneja, and Copperbank, and part of Progreso too. Well, it's really important for us.
I know that our village is not so much developed with tourism because it's a remote village. And for that reason, we don't have a lot of tourism over there. But now with this upgrading of the road and the pavement of the road, I think that, I believe and I think that it will be much beneficial for us and for everybody.
More for Belizeans, more for Belize. The government of Belize. Moving Belize forward.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Sí, podemos ganar el cuarto, el quinto, el sexto. Yes, we can continue to win. Sí, podemos seguir ganando. All our highways, north, south, east, and west, have been reconstructed or are being reconstructed. The Philip Wilson Highway, the George Price Highway, the Hummingbird Highway, the Southern Highway are all receiving upgrades thanks to our United Democratic Party. We have built schools, classrooms, health centers, clinics, football stadiums, multi-purpose centers like this magnificent one that we occupy here today. Es un nuevo día para el UDP, un nuevo día para Belize.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Yes, come in. Why, Sean?
Joe.
Long time no see. How is everything?
Everything is good, man. What's the latest with you?
Man, everything is good. Business is flowing. I can't complain. As a matter of fact, I'm working on a new project. Thank God you're here. Let me show you the plans. All right? These are the plans for my 5-bedroom, fully furnished apartment complex. When I tell you fully furnished, AC, hot and cold, Wi-Fi, you name it, I have it. All right? And I want to market this on Airbnb.
All sounds nice, but have you started your paperwork already?
Which paperwork?
Joe, don't tell me you don't know. For you to market or rent any type of rooms, you have to register with the BTB, bro. It's in the law book.
Wow, really, Sean? I never knew that. You know what? I finished all of my work for today. Make we go to BTB one time, go deal with this paperwork, and then after that, go take only one too.
All right, because I'm thirsty, but make we go to BTB first.
Make we go.
Did you know that if you own or operate a tourist accommodation, such as a room in your home for cash purposes to any guest, local or foreign, regardless of its location in the country, or if you're registered or advertising such room or property with any booking engine or marketing platform such as Airbnb, by law, you must register with the BTB. If you fail to do so, you commit an offense punishable by fine or imprisonment. For further information or assistance, please contact the BTB at licensing@belizetourismboard.org or telephone 227-2420. You can follow us on Facebook too.
The Philip Goldson Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of the full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking plus a bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
say Rock was the one who was in charge. Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. Las 8:18 y escasamente 42 minutos hacen falta para las 9 de la mañana. De nuevo aquí con el señor Robert Chequi Osho y enviándoles saludos desde Nortevisión Canal 10 a toda nuestra audiencia en el país de Belice, especialmente aquellos aquí en Orange Rock. Bueno, también a toda nuestra audiencia en San Pedro, en Corozal, en Ciudad Belice y en El Cayo.
Riga.
Sí, también.
I just come out of the freezer, boy. I come out of the freezer. You know, so the guy, the freezer. Things are right. How about last week? The Senate met last week.
That's exactly right. And you know what? I was disgusted.
Why, man?
I was disgusted by after having explained, after having understood the reason why the whole LPG problem is going on.
Say butane, make people know.
Butane problem is going on. Then I can't understand how is it that people like Michael Shabbat can actually get on the rush in the Senate and profess that hey, it's not because that we want to protect the Belizean retailers and ensure good prices. It's just because the UDP it reeks of something bad that the UDP is doing, and that therefore it's not permitting the people to get cheaper prices for butane for this Christmas. I mean, that is showing that you only understand that at least, and I don't think that it's because you don't understand it, but you play the fool.
And he read the bill,
and you're playing the fool.
Was presented as well, but
and it's trying to get people to misunderstand the whole thing, and that is wrong.
Also, for persons to know, when you mention his name, he is the standard bearer for the opposition in Cayo North. Right?
That's exactly right. Thank you, Chicky. So I'm really surprised that.
So the man with the real up is
yes,
Dex.
And let's see, I'll take them out to read the thing. But as we told you previously on Friday and Thursday, the government's fix for the pricing. This is the government's fix for the pricing issues within the LPG industry. And LPG means butane. The problem started with the passage of the National Liquefied Petroleum Gas Project law several months ago. And that law tried to break up the monopoly of the 3 LPG companies, and which are owned by one Mexican family. They're all owned by one, and never mind if it comes from Mexico or from Guatemala, it's still owned from the same company, what you call it. So it's the law tried to break up the monopoly, held on the importation of butane in Belize. These people hold on to the monopoly. So according to the government, these companies retaliated by engaging in what is known as predatory pricing. While they can't control the importation of butane anymore, they still have major influence over the retail market. So, government imposes this new law saying there's going to be a company that is going to do the importation. So, and that is not in effect yet. But the national companies, the three companies that are importing petroleum butane into Belize, which, like I said, is owned by one family, said, "Hey, we stand for lose big, you know. So make us shake the market." You understand that?
Yeah.
Make us shake the market.
Yeah,
So
right,
let's do something. Vamos a venderlo más barato para crear un problema aquí. And so they were selling it at rock bottom prices. then bring down the price of the butane to below cost. This is the company that imports it. So now people like Browns can't sell, people like Belize can't sell, so forth can't sell, because the same importer who is importing it from Mexico and Guatemala is going into the retail business and is selling it cheaper than the distributors.
Yeah, for persons to understand this right, Lepa, I just want to use a scenario. And I will use a scenario like phone company, so they understand. If the phone company, they have people out there, retailers will sell credit for them. The people is selling the credit at the cost. All right, so let's say 50 persons buy credit for them and they sell it. You want $10 credit. But then the same company come around and they put for the people out there selling and say, if you buy $10 credit from we and get 15. So you can understand it. So now when they do that, now they say, well, I not buy from Junior, because if I buy from Junior, I just get 10. But if I buy from the company, from the people, I will get 15. So me not buy from Junior.
That's
that's
illegal, and it's called predatory pricing.
So eventually, Junior drop out of business.
Exactly.
So when Junior don't have business,
not only Junior, but the whole everybody else.
So now the company will say, all right, so that we want now. So instead I give you $10 worth and you buy from me, I get $8 worth. You can't do nothing.
That's exactly right. So don't you think that they were reducing prices very simply because they wanted to give you a good shot for Christmas? No. They were trying to drive out the retailers out of business, the distributors out of business, and anybody else who's trying to get into the market, because they want to be the only ones importing and they want to control the market. So they bring it down to a price that benefits the consumer, but don't you begin to think that that price is going to remain at $4.25. Oh no. When they get the desired effect of controlling the butane industry, then they will raise the price to limits.
That time the small man, they gone. They're gone already.
The small man, they're gone. So it's a plan that people, it's a plan. Okay?
But the government side.
The government side. So, says the idea behind it is that they are selling butane at rock bottom prices while taking the financial hit, which they can do as big companies. The Belizean consumers started to buy the fuel at these discounts, but local retailers such as Browns, Butane in Belize, they won't be able to compete with fewer customers. These local retailers will slowly be driven out of business, and so the large companies get to reestablish their monopoly on the industry. So that's very simple to understand. Okay? Well, with this amendment, the government is making that type of predatory pricing illegal by ensuring that there is the lowest price that our butane retailers have to respect and sell LPG. The opposition has interpreted that to mean that instead of consumers that would prefer lower prices, consumers that would prefer lower prices will suffer for this trade war with the Mexican LPG companies. Well, you have to understand. Well, let's continue. Let's listen to Michael Shabat, what he had to say. And listen to it.
Well, you see, Pa, before them man they so talk, them man me get this bill and I read it good, you know. Them man was in the house when this thing was presented, so they understand it or they not understand it?
They understand it, it's just that they play politics.
That's not the thing, no?
They're playing politics. Because they think that they can fool the people by telling them, you say that the UDP won't keep the price of the butane high.
And you see what they do, Pa? They usually say, this is Christmas, man, and people want to bake their turkey, they want to bake their ham, they want to bake their cake. You know?
This piece of legislation reeks of protectionism. This is Michael Shabat. That piece of legislation is to support the National Liquefied Petroleum Gas Company, which comes in effect in January 2020. This piece of legislation, Mr. President, is not to protect small retailers that it is couched. This piece of legislation, Mr. President, is essentially denying lower butane prices at a time. Mr. President, we are in the Christmas season when we all know when everybody is baking and doing their turkey and so on. Why? While the Scrooge of Christmas we're taking away a small little benefit from the consuming public, why is it that we're being denied, that they're denying cheaper butane prices?
See,
You know, the first thing that comes to mind is you damn fool.
He used a word that was a benefit. Should we give him the benefit of the doubt that he not understand?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think
Maybe
so.
he not understand, that's why he talk so.
No, I don't think so. Big man like that don't understand. They play the fool. Aldo says, the criticism of this bill coming from the other side is simply put that you are not being able to see past your nose because of politics. This is basically where we are. Because of politics, we are looking to criticize this, Mr. President. It has nothing to do with the National Gas Company. It has nothing to do with protecting national gas. That is derived from a lack of understanding of what we just did recently with the national gas. I don't agree with Aldo. I think that the man they play politics. The Shabbat is playing politics. Nothing to understand. No tell me big man can't understand this thing. Big Tick can understand this thing. Why a big man like Michael Shabbat can't understand it? Asher Rock says, when you look at the bill and how Belize was being fleeced for so many years by these people, and the fact that the whole intention seems to be close down the small one and take away the benefit from him and this little company, and then the fact that there is a new animal that is coming on stream, I think it is incumbent then to protect the small investors from maybe the big boys, as not somebody would say. I was very comforted to hear that from Ashley Rock.
But then if Mr. Rock could understand it, why the other senators then can't understand it? Just like someone in
Like I said, they don't want to understand it. They're playing politics. But I was pleased that Ashley Rock was at least understood it and said it, because it gives the government one more vote out of the Senate.
But I understand that Senator Lizarraga understood how this thing is working out.
Okay, well, let's see. Let's go on. Elena Smith, let's see what he goes on. What she has to say. Government passes laws to set monopoly in LPG. So importers respond with a purported round of predatory pricing. GOB responds by setting a floor. So we have to ask them where are the numbers from the study conducted on the retailers that indicate their average operating costs. Their stock turnover, the average price, average acquisition costs. How can the government be sure that these people are actually getting price out of business? Is that SI deemed to protect the Belizean consumer, or just a part of the small trade with this alleged LPG cartel? Actually, she doesn't say what she insinuates. Mark Lizarraga says, we are going to war, too late. We advised this in the for Parliament not too long ago, that they need to look at the formula for retail as well. We advised, we foresaw. We applaud the government for finally taking a stand in there for the retailers in this country, because we have seen too many retailers left to die. In that regard, we applaud them. It's a pity that we have to take people begging at the point of tears. We've seen so many retailers in this country have been taking advantage by large people with the government countries to pick as winners and losers. But obviously he's the business of, so he must have had a lot of pressure coming from the business community.
But he understand.
Of course. The cartel, as it has been labeled, was allowed to operate for so long without any checks and controls. Well, he understands, and he's brave to say that, hey, I don't care what you say, but I understand, and I am in favor of the bill.
I know that
only Michael Dawiti fool.
Well, you know that Senator Lizarraga, he always stand up to things. Because when he's opposing to something, he's opposing very strong.
Herbert.
And right now we see that he got forward and he got positive, and it's what so he need to be commended as well.
Yes, he needs to be. Herbert Panton, UDP senator, says with the advent of this new national, the cartel will be put out totally out of the importation of butane into this country. So what do? When they want to go up, they don't want to give up business. They certainly have a lot invested here. So they say, okay, we can no longer control importation, control the retail. And how will they do that? Well, we already know all of that. So I'm pleased to see that Ashley Rock and Lizarraga at least professed their support there. So because then it wasn't down the political lines, as they would say.
We could see when the Senate met with the issue of the young boy Perdomo, even as the senator for the church, Mr. Rock, didn't vote in favor, and now we are seeing the positive part. So they are looking at something that everyone can understand. So why the other ones can't understand it? But like you say, the politics usually kick in, no? Let me see if somebody sent a text pertaining to what we are saying here. He says, so you all say that this national company will be selling gas. What is the price per gallon right now? And we are buying at $4.75 per gallon.
Well, I don't know what the price is because the company has not started to import what you call it.
But then some of the prices then go up and down.
It's not going to be until January 2020 that they will begin operations.
So we don't know how much you sell for, but there will be a control price. Just like how you buy fuel for your vehicle, there will be a control price. But we don't know what the control price will be.
But we will have it for you for next week because we'll have to do some investigation there.
Yeah, but right now,
like I said, the company is not operational yet, so has not even begun to import butane. It's not until next year that the company begins to get to form and to take effect.
And that is expected that the retailers will stay in business.
That's right.
And when you're talking about knocking out these retailers out of business, you know, knock out one lot of people, you know, because they got workmen, they got people who work with them. They burn fuel to go around and do their work. Then they maintain a family, and at the same time they carry through on business. So when that they happen and they talk about, I think that 26 retailers and they talk about, they're not just 26 persons and knock out a business or out of a living, you know. It's much more than that. And I'm glad that this minister Tracy Tega Panton stand up. She stand up boldly and said, this
I'd like to question to say who are the big gas importers here or retailers here in Orange Grove?
Well, we have Belize Gas.
I'd like to see how Belize Gas responds to this.
We have Belize Gas. We have Mr. Donny Urbina that sells as well. We have some other persons that have their private trucks as well.
But they all have to buy from the mafia, from the distributor.
We have Be Well here as well, but all of them people, they have to buy from the distributor. Just like how in the country, when it comes to fuel, they have importers that everybody will sell fuel at the gas station, they have to buy from the importers. And there is control on that price as well. So if somebody sells for $10, you can't sell for $8.50. You shouldn't. And if that $10, you shouldn't sell at $10.01 or $10.50 either because there's a control. So the same thing will happen with the butane, but like when this person asks, we don't really know what will be the price, but when there's a price, it will be a standardized price. So if you buy from Belize Gas, you buy from B Well, you buy from Zeta, it will be one cost, one price.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So people can
you can budget out yourself better.
Get the stability of the benefit from the stability of the price, and it's going to be a fair price as well, because at the end of the day, what I'm hoping is going to be a fair price. Hoping that it will be, but I am still left to wonder if that price hasn't already been put out. If there is a floor and there's a ceiling on the floor, well, then that price has been put out.
Or if they are importers still up on a lower price, they undermine price if they still do it.
Well, if they do it now, it's illegal. In other words, if they do it now, it's illegal. So they will have to stick to the price, and if at any one time anybody finds out that they're underselling the retailer, because you can't be importer and retailer at this, well, at the same, that constitutes a monopoly. So other people like Mr. What is name from up the road, Mr. Roque, drive out of business. What is name to Mr. Urbina, drive out of business. Be Well, drive them out of business. Browns drive them out of business. And then the same importer who is foreign owned by one family is going to be benefited, because you don't dare believe that the price of $4.25 will remain. Then they use that only for drive out the middleman out of business. When you say the same company takes it up to $5.
How about if they add on?
And then would you like that?
If they
would you like that?
If they add on 25 cents, people might say 25 cents, than nothing. But you know how much they make it? They add on even 25 cents for over this whole country. Remember, not only people who buy butane for cooking, and they got them big time hotels who use them butane for a lot of different things. They got people who use butane for their vehicle. They got people who use butane for their shower. A lot of different things.
For their dryers, for their refrigerators, for a lot of things. So I know that they have these huge tanks.
Yeah, that's it.
Huge tank. So, let's go on the last break. It's exactly 38 minutes after 8, and we'll be back with more after this.
World-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multi-purpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
Girl, that about time you reach my house.
Girl, you know how things go. I busy with everything. But how you?
Since my son got married the girl far down the road, I left here with this whole addition to this house. And I don't know where I'm going to do with it. But I think I want to rent it out for tourists stay.
Girl, that what you to do? You to sit on park gold mine. If you want to use it for Airbnb, first thing you have to do, the register with BTB. So call me 227-2420 and ask them how to register. After that, everybody had to call you for rent your place. But that what you to do?
Girl, that you tell me if I call BTB?
Did you know that if you own or operate a tourist accommodation, such as a room in your home for cash purposes to any guest, local or foreign, regardless of its location in the country, or if you're registered or advertising such room or property with any booking engine or marketing platform such as Airbnb, by law, you must register with the BTB. If you fail to do so, you commit an offense punishable by fine or imprisonment. For further information or assistance, please contact the BTB at licensing@BelizeTourismBoard.org or telephone 227-2420. You can follow us on Facebook too.
Have you ever noticed the development that's taking place in your town or in your city? Maybe it's because you've been too busy enjoying the results. More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. DigiNet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, DigiNet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by DigiNet. DigiNet Boost, now available countrywide.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, Rush Franz, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
The soup not got no taste. I can't even feed it to me dog. It needs no salt. I don't have no salt. I don't have no money. I wonder when this man I get paid. John! I hope you know that down the street they played no bad picnic.
Mom, you know what? I just came from Miss Mary's house and she said she was renting her extra room on air something.
It's Airbnb, John. Didn't you listen to the BTB? Did you know it ad last week on television?
Okay, Mom, Airbnb. But still, we have an extra room and we could rent for extra cash for my new school books.
That's a good idea, John. We'd have to first register it with the BTB. But I don't have time for that right now. I need salt.
But babe, you know something? John is right, you know, we need money, but we need to get it the correct way, so we need to register the room. I wish I may know about this before. Let's go, son. Let's go register the room one time at BTV.
But I need some salt. John! Two of a kind.
Did you know that if you own or operate a tourist accommodation, such as a room in your home for cash purposes to any guest, local or foreign, regardless of its location in the country, or if you're registered or advertising such room or property with any booking engine or marketing platform such as Airbnb, by law, you must register with the BTB. If you fail to do so, you commit an offense punishable by fine or imprisonment. For further information or assistance, please contact the BTB at licensing@belizetourismboard.org or telephone 227-2420. You can follow us on Facebook too.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Bienvenidos de vuelta al SugarCity Morning Show. Escasos 12 minutos faltan para las 9. Vamos a hablar tantito en español, porque la noticia que vamos a dar es buena noticia. Compañeros, durante este mes de diciembre, vamos a ver las fechas 19, vamos a ver 19 es un jueves, viernes, jueves, viernes y también 23 y 24 serán días súper especiales porque estaremos teniendo rifas durante el show para la gente viviendo en el norte. Esto es solo para Orange Walk North. Y esto viene de parte del honorable Gaspar Vega, donde vamos a tener grandes rifas, vamos a tener hasta estufa, vamos a estar rifando. ¿Ok? Premios todo durante el show. Rifas todo durante el show, así que márquenlo. Tienes que ser de Orange Walk North para ganar. Tienes que ser un votante para ganar. ¿Ok? Del 19, 20 y el 23 y 24 de diciembre. Justo para la Navidad. Aparta esos 4 días para concentrar en contestar las preguntas y las rifas que vamos a estar haciendo aquí en Nortevisión Canal 10, Sugar City Morning Show, para estas fechas, 20, 21, 23 y 24, big giveaways and raffles here from the Vega family. Okay? Pero tienes que ser del norte.
Tenemos que explicar a la gente bien del norte que queremos que la gente de Orange Walk North ganen. Entonces, tenemos una idea o en una forma que vamos a saber si gente está llamando de otras áreas. Vamos a saber, porque tal vez no vamos a saber inmediatamente, pero cuando hacemos nuestro research para ver, hey, esa persona que ganó no es del norte, es de otro division. Entonces, este está haciendo shout out una persona del norte para ganar. Ese no es nada contra la gente del norte que vamos a estar chequeando si es del norte. Si es del norte, pues está bien. Tú ganas, tú recibes tu premio.
La cosa es de que no va a ser fácil para que me juegues la pelota aquí, porque antes de que se te dé el premio, y aquí no vamos a dar los premios, se van a recoger todos en la oficina de Vega.
Y vamos a hacer research los nombres para ver si...
Y los nombres tienen que aparecer en la lista. Y si no aparecen en la lista, no puedes recoger tu regalo. Así que te estamos anunciando y estamos pidiendo a las personas que de otras divisiones durante el curso del año tenemos rifas para todos abierto. Esta vez, respétalo, va a ser solo para el norte. Pero también vamos a tener desde este viernes 13 y la siguiente semana, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, va a haber también muchos giveaways y rifas y programación especial con el Christmas Extravaganza Show. Es nuestro show aquí, que lo tenemos por la noche y ya estoy consiguiendo varios premios, pero buenos premios para poder rifar durante el curso del show. Este viernes empezamos con Cuellos de Stereo Limited. ¿Por qué Cuellos de Stereo Limited tan temprano? Porque ellos tienen su pachanga el 20, 21. Y ellos no van a poder estar. They normally have their Christmas party on
they will be having it on the 20th, which is the Friday.
Thank
want
you.
To be on before time, but they will be here with goodies as well.
They will be here with goodies as well on the 13th.
Which is this Friday.
So lots of things going on the 13th, and they'll be here with prizes as well. So this Friday right here, we begin the Christmas programming. This Friday with the Christmas Extravaganza show. And then the following Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, again we'll be having the Christmas shows one every day. Remember, 19th, 20th, 23rd, and 24th are the Vega days, so that's when we'll be having a lot of giveaways as well.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Hi, good morning. Is this Morris Kasam, please?
You could please call 601-1589. This is the Sugar City Morning Show.
Could you repeat the number, please?
601-1589.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, as you were saying, for Orange
By the
Walk-
way, that number is not functioning anymore. He has messed up his...
I'm sorry. For Orange Walk North, it will be the 19th,
20th, 23rd,
20th, the 23rd, and the 24th. We'll be giving away prizes from the Vega family, and it has prizes as big as stoves that will be given out as well. But this will be only for persons from Orange Walk North. So when you call and you win, then we will be researching, not because if you are from Orange Walk North and we search your name, that means you will not get the prize. We want to make sure that
we just want to verify that you are from Orange Walk
Right.
North,
So
period.
people can smart you out, and if people smart you out, then they might deprive you from Orange Walk North to win something. So we'll be doing it in a way to make sure, because the family is giving it away for persons from Orange Walk North. So our job here is to ensure that persons from Orange Walk North win these prizes.
That's right. You have to be from Orange Walk North to win. If you're from Central, you can't win. You could try a luck, but you can't come out with the story,
Still not
by your
get it.
back. Still not get it. Because if your name not appear up on the list, it's very simple.
But for the Christmas extravaganza, then it's open for the entire
Christmas extravaganza, no, you could call from
PG.
From PG. Like,
How you reach, get it there, but
that's a for you problem.
yeah. But yeah, for Mr. Martinez, it has been a very interesting morning, and we want to tell folks that congratulations to the residents from Trial Farm, especially this area here, the Blackwater Creek area, because they have the light, they got the water for the
They got the water, they got the light, and then they fix the streets.
Yeah, they are fixing up.
And look how right here, they look pretty developed,
Yeah. Yeah. The cemetery still there high though.
The cemetery still there high? What is village council to do? What is village council to do? Them va a ser them promise to work, vamos a trabajar para el pueblo. ¿Qué pasó?
Maybe they'll clean it before Christmas.
Maybe, we don't work for maybe.
Maybe, okay. You have to work, but no maybe.
You have to work.
Well, make we hope, guys, make we clean up the field, man. Get out there this Sunday and invite some people to come out, carry and eat food and make everybody join up and clean up the place, right? Because it's for the village, and I believe that if persons want it good for their village, then they come out and help to do it.
That's
You don't
exactly
expect
right.
one to do it by oneself, but get the initiative and try to get it done. Find somewhere to work along with the community and get it done.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
We'd like to thank everyone who tuned into the Sugar City Morning Show today. 6:30 this evening, we got the hottest news, hottest local news in the country of Belize. That's Tropical Vision, Channel 7 News. Also, this show repeats at 9 o'clock tonight. Stay tuned to North Television Channel 10 for all your great programs throughout the day and throughout the night. My name is Robert Cheque Usher. If the good Lord so will, we will be back tomorrow morning, Mr. Martinez.
Pues muchas gracias. Recordándoles, el Christmas Extravaganza empieza este viernes, continúa la siguiente semana, lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves y viernes, primero Dios. Ya luego, las fechas para las grandes rifas del Honorable Gaspar Vega empiezan el 19, 20, 23 y 24. Así que no dejen de ver Sugar City Morning Show, porque aquí es el lugar para ganarse grandes premios. Porque créeme que la extravaganza tiene buenos premios y el del señor Vega también buenísimos premios. Hasta estufas vamos a estar dando. Bueno, ¿qué nos queda? Dar las gracias a Rahim y al equipo de producción y a ustedes, importantemente. Muchas gracias por su atención, muchas gracias por su apoyo, sus textos que nos mandan.